Oh yeah, sure. You
I didn't put my
Donna. That's a picture.
Assist you. There are east and west signs to help you find points of interest along our train ride.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is your train narrator. I'd like to let you guys know that for the first leg of our ride, the east and west signs will be reversed. So if the narration says that a point of interest is on the east side of the train, it is really on the west side of the train, and so on and so forth. Thank you folks for riding with us today. We hope you enjoy your train ride.
John, you're okay. You're on camera.
Noticed that was right in the middle of his district. He arranged for the Southern to acquire 144 acres of land, which became the repair facility, the town of Spencer, and the town of East Spencer. Before 1896, this area was nothing but woods and farmland. Construction soon followed, and the facility was up and running by the early 1900s.
Good back. Yes, come on.
got the light on.
You're doing good.
Say hey, everybody. Hey. Y'all having fun?
Hey, Fudge. Look at here. What that is?
That is cool. It looks like an old gas pump.
It is kerosene.
Oh, man.
What on earth?
真是的。
That's an engine, man. That's crazy.
Boy.
Goes in here, piston back, drives these wheels around. That's how a steam locomotive works. It's very simple. They began to use steam locomotives back in the 1820s in this country, and this one was produced sometime around, say, 1905. This one was produced during World War I. And it has 10 wheels on it because it's designed to spread the load out on the track. That way it won't crush the track, because oftentimes the railroad systems in question didn't have very heavy rails underneath. And so the idea is if you spread out the weight, you can use the locomotive and pull things down the track without damaging the track. Now, behind the engine, you have this thing called a tender. The tender carries the coal that is burnt to create the heat to drive the engine. And also underneath is the water. The water flows into the boiler as needed, okay?
Wow, that's pretty. What that big old thing for?
Look at that. That's the little thing.
That's kind of cool.
Where I'm standing, way over there, you see a bullet-nosed big locomotive, okay? That's one of the biggest locomotives that was ever built. It was built up in Roanoke by the Norfolk and Western Railroad, and it was designed to haul coal in the mountains of Virginia and West Virginia, okay? This particular one was designed to pull passenger trains, and the North Carolina Transportation Museum maintains a program by which we repair this locomotive each year and certify that it's able to run on American railroads. And it's getting ready to pull excursion trains in Virginia and North Carolina this summer.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Okay? So that's why it's here.
Oh, I got some they got such thing as called the big boy steam engine.
We don't have any of those here. They do have some of them up in Roanoke because they use them up there.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay? Oh.
Where you car this right here?
This is a private passenger car, okay? We have it, it's not in its usual place. We move things around because we have special exhibits and so forth. This was built for a man named James Buchanan Duke, and it's called the Doris. And it's named after his one daughter, whose name was Doris. And he used it, let's say from about 1910 to about 1925 when he died, okay? And we ended up with it, and we sometimes use it for different things. We open it up and people can see how nice it is on the inside. In railroad slang, okay, in the railroad way of looking at it, any kind of a passenger car is called varnish. Private varnish is a private passenger car, and that's what this is.
Okay.
We use this. It's used in parades and so forth, in North Carolina, and also in Tennessee, Virginia, and South Carolina as well. And it sometimes will have a float on the back. Excuse me, I have a little tickle in my throat. We just store it in here when it's not being used. This is an electric locomotive. This was used down in Charlotte, between Charlotte and Spartanburg, South Carolina. And it was originally owned by a subsidiary of the Duke Power Company, and they had lines up above the railroad tracks that had electricity running through them, and they would extend that little structure up on top to make contact with the wires, and that's how they would run it. So it didn't have either steam or diesel or anything like that. It ran off electricity.
Let me ask you something. Ain't it true a diesel is one big generator that generates the trucks at the bottom?
Well, actually, we talk about diesel trains, but in fact, they're actually powered. They create electricity to drive the wheels. So this is technically a diesel electric. Okay? This is an example that was used on a railroad system down in the area south of Norfolk called the Norfolk Southern. It's not the same as the Norfolk Southern we have now, which is a different railroad entirely. But this is one of the early diesel, and it's actually diesel electric. The part on top is where the diesel prime movers are. They generate power to charge to create the electricity that drives the wheels.
How's the car?
Oh, well, this is an early example of a power car. It's about as big. You can see this thing here standing up. If you lay that down, it'd be about that big, and there are two of them in there.
How big is the piston?
Probably about.
It's pretty big.
Let me show you something interesting. You see that little red caboose back there?
Yeah.
Do you know why a caboose is red? Well, if you were back in the days when things were a little less perfect than they are now, let's say, you couldn't necessarily be sure that a train would always stick together. Sometimes the couplers would come loose.
Yeah.
So the engineer would look back down the train from time to time, and at the very end of the train would be this red car,
Yeah.
the red caboose. So he would be able to see if his caboose was still there, and he would know his train was all still together.
Yeah.
Now you see how the windows stick out on the side?
Yeah.
The idea is that there's a brakeman who sits there and he looks back up the train to make sure everything's going well. You don't have any kind of problems with the wheels and so forth.
Yeah.
Okay?
But I've heard the base is coming back.
No, they have an electric thing that now sends a radio signal. They put it on the very back of the last car, and it tells the guy in the cab of the locomotive that everything's all right. So they don't need to do it. It varies as to how far you go. It costs more the further you go. Okay. See, now our friend here was talking about cabooses that had areas up above the line. So this one doesn't have windows on the side where you can look back on the train. You get up in there, if your train that looks up the train to see where they're about 8 feet long.
You all right now?
I'm fine.
We have an example of kind of box cars. Sometimes box cars have special purposes.
You okay?
This one in particular,
What did you do? 'Cause she was about to cry about
Very
one time.
box
I know it was all. She okay?
Are y'all all from North Carolina?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
I'm not.
You're not. Well, you know, we used to raise a lot of tobacco and produce a lot of cigarettes and pot tobacco and stuff. Wow. Back in many years ago, they used to ship tobacco overseas to the Brits, and, to the British and all those other kind of people over there, and they would pack it in what's called a hogshead. If you look underneath these stairs, you'll see an example of a hogshead. It's kind of like a big barrel,
Yeah.
And the idea was you just pack that thing full. The idea here is that you put those hogsheads on the train and it takes it to wherever they need it to go. Years ago, they used to have what they called a rolling road. You would set this thing on the side that's round and you just push it. Or sometimes you would hook it up to, there were ways to hook it up so you could pull it with a horse or an ox or something like that. You would take that down to a dock on a river someplace and you'd meet a ship and you'd put this stuff on the ship and the ship would take it someplace. So that's another way.
What is it called?
Called a rolling road.
Oh,
Yeah, you see these up in Virginia more than you do down here because we didn't have any rivers that took it. This is a train wall, okay? Originally, that had was used to, if you had an accident on the railroad, this would pick up the cars that were back on the track so they could pull it off. Okay? There are stabilizers that come out from the side to hold it in place. That's so weird. They originally had a steam engine, and sometime around World War II, they changed it so that it had its own diesel electric motor system. It could pick up a whole great big locomotive and stick it back on the track. We're going to go into a room that has, and we are fixing it back. It has wood underneath and metal on the sides. So they're fixing that. And then there's a north southern passenger car over here that's being worked on as well.